Klc Meron na tutulong kay Magno para ipagtanggol ang Pangulo. Ano ang sasabi nyo? Enjoy watching!
You wish that was you, huh?
Teddy Casino's children study in LaSalle. Some of Sarah Elagos' family members live abroad. Carlos Zarate sent his very fashionable son to Europe. Renato Reyes, who has no known job but to protest, is a very small boy. He's too young to protest, but I've seen photos and he looks exactly like any other urban boy from Manila belonging to the middle class. Lisa Ontiveros' daughter works in the beauty industry. Kiko Pangilinan children study international schools or they study abroad. They don't go to UP, they don't go to BUP, they don't go to provincial state school with peeling paint and smelly toilets. Kaki espouses her brand of hashtag activism from the comforts of her plush surroundings. One of the more outspoken civilian supporters of the left has a son who's a very successful entrepreneur and adapts the capitalist way of business models. He doesn't share his profits with his workers. So, saan banda yung idealism and sacrifice when it's other people's children who should be in the mountains, who should be fighting the front lines, and their children are well protected? So your point is just because you're privileged you can't speak up for others? I'm so sorry, but that's not my point. I'm sorry if maybe I spoke too fast and you misunderstood me. That was my first video, so I'm not very good at this. What I'm trying to say is it's not fair. I find it completely unfair that Teddy Casino has ideals and Carlos Zarate has ideals, and then they teach kids to protest in the streets. They recruit kids from public universities, rally, but their own children are either studying in LaSalle or in Europe and are completely uninvolved with their ideals. Bakit yung mga anak nila protected? Bakit nila in-encourage yung mga anak ng iba na makibaka, pumuntang mountains, and their own children are living the life? It's not fair. That's my point. Inaaway niyo si Winner for defending Magno, pero may friend kang ganon who will protect you and respect you even if mabash sila. Wala. Masama kasi ugali mo. So one of the things that I'm really curious about is that why, despite repeated threats that they'll cancel someone, they've never actually canceled anyone. Not one. Like Winner's follower count remains at 1 million and it hasn't budged. Meanwhile, Davao Conyo's followers, when he got a little bit cocky one day, it went down by hundreds of thousands. And it wasn't even like a conscious call out to cancel him. People just started to unfollow. So I'm not sure if it's because they don't walk the talk, they don't follow through, or they don't have the numbers. Tapaking they wanted to cancel because Tapaking got Baste Duterte as endorser. Tapaking's still there.
Let me in. Let me in. Let me in, please.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I had a reason.
What was the reason?
I just explained the reason.
What was the reason? Everybody makes mistakes.
Those guys wish they were us.
Oh, okay. But at least we aren't that guy.
Well, at least I'm not you-know-who.
Words can hurt.
How are you able to give your platform to an oppressor?
A lot of things to unpack in what she just said. Number one, Harry Roque is the presidential spokesperson. Jen has 2 million followers. Almost all Filipinos know Harry Roque. There is no platform giving. You're just bothered that she seemed to be so excited to see him and that it will take to mean that people actually like the administration and it bothers you. Number two, wala kang pakialam kung sino ang gusto ng mga tao. It bothers you because it does not fit your narrative. Which brings me to number three. Who are you to say who the oppressors are? You call them oppressive, but is that the truth? Or is that your truth? For example, I have friends who say you're abusive and you're an oppressor yourself. Which brings me to this website that has existed since 2014, which calls you oppressive abusive and says you were mean to your staff. I personally know people say you were evil, but that's their truth. In short, wag ka makialam sa TikTok na may TikTok kasi iba-iba ang truth natin.
Sinovac lang daw yung ibibigay sa mga medtech dahil hindi naman daw sila exposed sa mga patient. Hindi kayo...
This is Dr. Gap Legaspi, who is the head of the UPPGH. He is the first Filipino and healthcare worker to get Sinovac. Dr. Gap deals with COVID patients every day. This guy is Dr. Edsel Salvania, who is the head of the UP Institute of Microbiology, which deals in the study of bacteria, viruses, and he deals with COVID patients every day, face to face. There's a severe vaccine shortage all over the world, even in the UK, which makes its own vaccines. The nurses there, they're scheduled to get their second dose in 6 weeks, they're getting it 3 months. That's how severe the shortage is. Are in your scrubs an authority figure spreading vaccine misinformation, fear, and hysteria, while our doctors are fighting to make people take the vaccine. Sinovac is 100% effective against severe COVID, and that's what's important.
Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.